everyone, I welcome you to this class. Here we'll study a lesson in English for students of class 10th. The name of the poem is The Frog and the Nightingale, written by Vikram Seth. I am your tutor Ruchika Gupta. So let us see what we'll cover in this video. We'll see a background of this poem and the summary of The Frog and the Nightingale. If you want to see the explanation of the poem and the literary devices, they are given in another video and the link is given in the description box. So let us begin. Background of The Frog and the Nightingale. The Frog and the Nightingale has been taken from an anthology of poems written by Vikram Seth titled Beastly Tales. So this poem is taken from a collection of poems written by the poet Vikram Seth, and the name of that book is Beastly Tales. The poem is a story of the interaction between two main characters, a frog and a nightingale. So in this poem there is an interaction between two main characters, and the two main characters are, according to the title, a frog and a nightingale bird. Both of them have distinct qualities. So the frog and the nightingale have some peculiar distinct qualities in them. Through this poem, the poet conveys the message that innocence and lack of confidence are harmful for a person. So the poet wants to give us a very important message. He wants to tell us that if we are innocent, if we lack confidence, these things are harmful for us, because the nightingale bird is such sort of a person. Although the nightingale bird is very talented, it is a very good singer, but as it lacks confidence, as it is innocent, it becomes a prey for the frog. It becomes a victim. Then further, we must believe in our strengths and confidence, and we must believe in our strengths and abilities. A person should not fall prey to dominating people. So this is the main message given in this poem. So now let us see the summary of this poem. Once upon a time there was a frog in a place called Bingle Bog. So there was an area by the name of Bingle Bog, and there a frog lived under a sumac tree. It sang in a harsh, unpleasant voice all through the night. What the frog did? It would sing in its harsh, unpleasant voice all through the night. The other creatures in the bog disliked the irritating sound produced by the frog and tried to stop him from singing. Now the other creatures in the Bingle Bog did not like the sound made by the frog, and they tried to stop the frog from singing. They used different means like sticks, stones, insults and complaints to stop him. They could not succeed, as the confident frog was determined, and so it continued to sing. Now the other creatures used many ways to stop the frog from making the noise, but as the frog was determined, it was confident in itself, it did not stop and it continued to sing. One night, when the sky was filled with the moonlight, a nightingale sat on the sumac tree and sang in a melodious voice. One night when the sky was full with the light of the moon, a nightingale bird sat on one of the branches of the sumac tree and sang in a melodious voice. The frog was amazed to hear the song. All the creatures of the bog, like ducks, loons, toads, teals and tiddlers, cheered the bird and asked it to sing more. Now all the creatures in the Bingle Bog had never heard such a melodious song, and so they were amazed. The frog was dumbstruck. The other creatures like ducks, loons, toads, teals and tiddlers were so happy, were so glad to hear the nightingale's melodious song that they cheered the bird and asked it to sing more. And so the bird was flattered, the bird was pleased by all the praise and sang all through the night. So the nightingale sang all through the night. Then we come to know that the next night the nightingale was prepared to sing but was interrupted by the jealous frog. The next night, as the nightingale was about to begin her song, The frog, who was jealous of the nightingale's melodious voice, interrupted her. It introduced itself as the owner of the tree on which the bird was sitting. Now the frog was dominating, and so how did the frog introduce himself? He says that I am the owner of the tree, of the sumac tree. It said that it was famous for its exceptional voice and also wrote for the magazine Bob Trumpet. Then further the frog said that the frog was famous as it had an exceptional voice, a heavy voice. And then further he also said that often he wrote for the magazine called Bob Trumpet. Then the innocent bird was impressed by the dominating frog. It asked the frog about the song it sang. The clever frog commented that it was too long and was not forceful. Now, as the nightingale lacks confidence, it does not know that it has a very good melodious voice, and so it asked the frog for comments about its song, and the frog, who is very clever, commented that the song was very long and it was not so forceful. The bird fell in the trap that was laid by the clever frog. The nightingale was impressed by the frog and it became a victim. It was glad that such a great musician had evaluated its song. So the nightingale was very happy and pleased that such a great talented musician like the frog had commented on its song. The nightingale was contented with the fact that the song was its own composition. The nightingale was satisfied that okay, at least I have composed this song. The frog reprimanded the nightingale for being boastful. He said that in order to become a singer, the bird needed training. Now the frog scolded the nightingale that the nightingale was being proud of itself, and he said that it was nothing to be proud of, and he said that if the nightingale wanted to become a singer, it needed proper training, which only a few people could give. The bird was ambitious and requested the frog to train it. Now the nightingale wanted to become a good singer, and so it requested the frog to give it training. It said that the frog was a great musician like the famous musician Mozart. Further, the nightingale tried to please the frog and said that the frog was a great musician just like Mozart. The frog hesitated but agreed to train her and would charge a fee for it. The frog was reluctant, but he agreed to train the nightingale bird, and he said that he would charge a training fee in return. The frog asked the bird to wear a sash and begin the training. It forced the delicate bird to sing for long hours in unfavorable conditions like rain. This left the bird exhausted, weak and shivering. Its voice lost the melody. Now the frog was very harsh with the nightingale. Although it was raining, the frog forced the nightingale to sing in such unfavorable conditions, due to which the nightingale became exhausted, it became weak, and its voice was shivering. The bird took some rest, and as it felt better, it resumed singing. A huge crowd of royal animals gathered to hear the concert. They wore glittering tiaras and chatted among themselves. The greedy frog earned money from these concerts. It charged an admission fee from all those who came to hear the song of the nightingale. Now when the nightingale was tired, it took some rest, and as it felt better, it again started singing at night. There was a huge royal gathering who had come to hear the nightingale's concert. All the royal animals were wearing glittering tiaras and they were talking to each other. The frog, who was greedy, charged money for the concerts of the nightingale. So whoever came to hear the nightingale's song had to pay admission fee. It had mixed feelings of jealousy and cheer. It was jealous of the popularity of the bird, but on the other hand, it was happy to earn so much money. So the frog had mixed feelings when he saw such a huge royal gathering for the nightingale's concert. He was jealous of the nightingale's popularity, but on the other hand, he was happy because he was making a lot of money. The frog became greedy and would scold the bird to use fancy notes in its song. Gradually, the bird became weak, remained sad, and its song lost the melody. The creatures did not turn up for the concert. Now, as the frog was greedy, he wanted more and more money. He would scold the nightingale and he would tell her, he would force her to use fancy types of notes in her songs so that more and more audience would be attracted. But With the scoldings, the nightingale became more sad, it became more weak, and it would just sing the song for the heck of it, and the songs did not remain melodious. So the gatherings at the concerts also reduced. The frog was full of anger and scolded the nightingale. So the frog reacted when the gatherings at the concerts reduced, his earnings reduced, and he was very angry with the nightingale. He scolded the bird. He forced the nightingale to use more force in her songs, more strength in her songs. The nightingale took a deep breath, but it was too much for her. A vein in the bird's body burst, which proved to be fatal. Now the nightingale tried to use the technique instructed by the frog. It took a deep breath, but it was a bit too much for the nightingale. Due to this, a vein in the nightingale's body burst and the nightingale bird died. The frog commented that the nightingale was a stupid, nervous and vulnerable creature. It lacked confidence and sought praise from others. The frog, on the other hand, was confident, and so once again it sang unopposed in the Bengal bog. After the death of the nightingale bird, the frog said that the nightingale was unintelligent, it was nervous, it lacked confidence, and it was susceptible to influence of others. As it did not have confidence in its abilities, it sought praise from others. And the frog said that on the other hand, the frog was confident, the frog was determined, and so once again the frog's unpleasant noise was heard in the Bengal bog. Once again the frog sang in its own style. So with this we have covered the introduction of the poem and the summary. If you want to see the explanation of this poem, please go to the link given in the description box. Thank you.